Hey guys, it's Cruz from Florida Exam Prep. One question I get asked all the time is about books. Should you buy new books? Should you buy used books? Should you buy already highlighted and tabbed books? So let's start about the highlighted and tabbed books. The only time I recommend people to buy highlighted and tabbed books is if you're gonna be that person that is never gonna pick up the book, never actually study, and be like, I'm just gonna wing it, see what happens, go take these exams. Maybe I'll pass, maybe I don't. I think I have all the experience in the world to pass these exams. Go take it, see what happens, buy them highlighted and tabbed because it will help you. I don't recommend to do that. I recommend always to buy new books and highlight them and tab them yourself. The reason why is that is how you learn the books. When you're highlighting, you're learning the books. You're going through every single page in this book when you're highlighting. When you're tabbing the book, you're doing the same exact thing. You're learning why you're putting a tab there. If you put a tab real quick for, let's say, on page 115 about fictitious names, you see on 114, it's talking about fictitious names. But if you just bought it already highlighted and tabbed, you're like, fictitious names, why is fictitious names here? You don't know why. And if you put it there and you're like, oh, I remember I put it here because fictitious name is here, and that's super important, and Cruz talked about that in the course. So that's why I know I have a tab there. But if you already bought it highlighted and tabbed, you have no idea. You don't know why things are tabbed. You don't know why things are highlighted and so forth. That's why I think it's super important to do the highlighting and tabbing yourself. That's how you learn the book. It's practicing, it's preparing you for the exam, and you're gonna put in that time and the effort, and you know, you'll be happy with yourself. You'll be like, man, I went through this whole entire book. I highlighted it, I tabbed it, this is awesome. And that's how you learn the book. That's how you know the book. You'll be like, I put these tabs here. I know why these tabs here. I put those highlights there. I know why those highlights there. When you're buying a book already tabbed and highlighted, you don't know why things are there at all. You don't know. You don't understand why things are there. And one thing I'll tell you is I sell highlighted and tabbed books. If you bought highlighted and tabbed books, I would make more money. And I'm telling you, don't buy them. Buy the new book. And it's better for practice. It's better for passing the exam, doing the highlighting and tab books. One thing I notice of a lot of people that come to me is they'll be like, man, I failed. And I was like, all right, how is the highlighting and tabbing going for your books? And they're like, oh, I already bought it highlighted and tabbed. So I was like, do you know why some things are highlighted? Do you know why some things are tabbed? And they're like, no, I don't. And I was like, do you think that could play a role in you not passing the exams? And they're like, maybe it is. Maybe I actually have to do this highlighting and tabbing myself and put in the work, put in the time in these books to pass these exams. And usually what they'll do is they'll buy new books and do it again. Don't do that. Don't be that person that you got to pay again for books. Just buy them new, do everything yourself, and you'll be good to go. Regarding used books, I think it's like the same thing for highlighted and tabbed books. When you're buying used books, you don't know why things are tabbed. You don't know why things are highlighted, and it was used by someone else. I always give like the example of a pair of Birkenstock shoes. As soon as you put them on and start wearing them, they mold to your feet and they become your shoes. If someone else put it on, they would be like, this thing is so uncomfortable because it's not molded to their foot, it's molded to your foot. So it's like the books too is molded to that person. If they did the highlighting and tabbing themselves, they highlighted certain things, they tabbed certain things because maybe it was harder for them to find stuff. Maybe, for example, it's hard for them to find RFP, and they put a highlight there and they put a tab there, but then it's super easy for you to find it. Everybody's books are very personal to how they studied, how they were able to find stuff. It might be harder for you to find something, and it might be easier for them to find something, so maybe they didn't highlight it or tab it. I think these books are actually very personal to you because they're your books, and you're highlighting, tabbing it your way. You might put a different color, he might put a different color, you might underline this, he might underline that. So I think that's another thing about it. You buying the used books, you don't know what's highlighted, you don't know what's tabbed and so forth. And most of the time when I see people buy used books, they buy older editions that are outdated. And then they're like, man, I just spent all this money, and they probably could have bought newer books for a few $100s more and the newest edition. But you might be trying to save that $200 or $300 more, but it might hurt you in the long end because you're buying older books. You don't know why things are highlighted and tabbed. So that's why I always recommend new books. But if you don't have the budget to buy new books, just buy used ones and try your best with them. There's people still passing with old books, used books, and so forth. They might take a few more times because it's the older editions, but they're still passing the exams. And that's what I want for you guys. If your budget only can do the old books, buy the old books and start studying, keep going. I want to see everyone pass these exams. I want to see everyone get their license and so forth. So yeah, if you do need the books, I do sell them down below. You'll see these prices are really good prices. So yeah, that's about it. If you guys have any questions, you can always text this number, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.